Let's look at example 3. It's on page 511. To investigate the breakfast habits of teenagers, a survey was conducted amongst the students at a high school. The results were, so here we've got the two-way table. We've got male and female on the top there, and down the side is eats breakfast, does not regularly eat breakfast. Now, when you see a two-way table like this, you can interpret male there, regularly eats breakfast is 87, but what you need to do is you need to add this extra part here, the total part here. You need to add that area there because these totals are going to help us with relative frequencies. All right, the first question says, use this table to estimate the probability that a randomly selected student from the school is male. All right. Well, if we got to know the probability of this male, the first step we need to do is to add up all the males. So we're going to add up those two numbers and we put the total here, 155. We add up the number of females and they go to here. And the total's this way as well. That's the total who regularly eat breakfast. And the numbers, when you add up these numbers down here and these numbers across, it'll equal the 300, which were the number of teenagers that were surveyed. All right. Okay, so now what we need to do is the probability the random selected student from the school is male. We take that number there, 87, is 87, and that one is 68. Add them together, we've got 155. They're all the males. We're not interested in about breakfast or not breakfast just yet, 155. And we put that number male over the total number of people they interviewed. So 155 on 300 gives us 0.517. Second question, is male and regularly eats breakfast? So we go to the male column, regularly eats breakfast, that number there, 87. We put 87, it's a randomly selected person, so it's 87 over 300. And that's why we have it here, 87 over 300, it's about 0.29. Let's have a look at C. Is female or regularly eats breakfast? When you see or in probability, it means both. This and this. So female, the total female is 145, so that's 53 plus 92. That's 53 plus 92. Now this additional 87 came along because it said here, or regularly eats breakfast. Well, we add that 87. We've already added it here, because remember, that's female who regularly eat breakfast. We can't double add it, so we add that 87. So it's going to be 53, 92, 87, and divided by the total. 53, 92 plus 87 divided by the total, which is 300. Let's have a look at D. Is male given that the student regularly eats breakfast? These two words here, given that, every time you see that in a probability question, you have to, whatever that number, that English, whatever the number becomes, it goes on the bottom. In this case, given that the student regularly eats breakfast, we go to regular eats breakfast, well, the total is 140. Regular eats breakfast, 140. So when they say given that the student regularly eats breakfast, we take that 140 and we put it on the bottom, on the denominator. Is male? Well, out of that 140, we get the 87 now, we put it over the 140 because it says is male. Well, male is 87, given that the regular eats breakfast. So we're only considering those that eat breakfast, that's 140, and we're interested in male, so it's 87 on 140, and that's why it's 87 on 140. Here, 0.621. And the last one here, E, regularly eats breakfast, given that the student is female. We see this given that again, so the student is female, will go on the bottom. The student is female. Female, that'd be 145. The student is female, 145, so that goes at the bottom, 145. And regularly eats breakfast is 53, so 53 over 145 is 0.366.